What did it feel like being in that type of zone? I mean, you came out hot and stayed hot.
Yeah, it feels really good. I'd say it's been a little bit since I felt like that, hitting that many threes, so it felt really good to go out there and do that.
When was the last time you think you?
Senior year of high school, probably, or practice. I guess practice. Yeah, I've been in that zone before in practice, but in the game, it's been a while.
We've seen, a lot of guys get red hot from three, and there's always like that one heat check. I didn't think yours was particularly a heat check, but I'm curious, did you think it was going down, or did you know that you
I think I know the one you're talking about. It was kind of late shot clock, so I just thought I'd get one up. But yeah, I knew it was in right away. Yeah. The other one's not so much. Legs were a little gone on those, but it's all right.
Did you know you were close to breaking, the team was close to breaking the program, right? 23s in a game?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How many did we have?
You finished with 18.
18? I was at the game when it was set, I think. It was the Big Ten tournament, was it?
Yeah, it's a Northwestern game.
Northwestern game, yeah, I was there for that. I didn't know we were that close, but I anticipate we have a lot of those games this year especially.
So, what was that like out there? Being like knowing shots were going to go down. Is it like a blackout? I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Obviously I'm not trying to force, still get good shots, but every time it was, I was going up in that zone, it felt like it was going in. So it feels good.
When did you know that it was kind of your night, so to speak? Was there one shot that went down? You're just like, okay, this is one. Of
I'd say it was the one right at the end of the first half where it was like a bounce pass at my feet, and I went up and it felt really good, and it was money. So that's probably when I was like, yeah, it's my night.
Are you the kind of brother to give your brother grief when you top him?
I don't think I can do that. He's had too many games like that, and, double doubles every night. So I don't think I can give him too much grief about that.
Owen mentioned that the first question right away was about the offense, but he just said we need to take more pride in getting defensive stops. Is that what you guys kind of talked about after the game? And just on the court, was it a communication thing? Was it being late to rotations? But what did you kind of see out there?
Yeah, we definitely talked about it in the locker room after the game. I'd say it was, it wasn't great, but just those last 6 minutes was really bad when they started to, get buckets, and then we'd come down and just kind of go through the motions on offense and hoist a three. So definitely something we need to work on going forward.
What makes you confident in saying that this team can be a team that breaks the program threes record in a single game?
We have a lot of shooters out there, as you've seen, and I think it's just more of a focus. We got drivers too that can drive and kick to our shooters. So I think we'll be able to get a lot up this year.
When it comes to that backcourt with Brock and Drew, it seems like their skill sets complement each other really well.
Yep.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say they're both really good at facilitating and also shooting. Both really good defenders, I'd say too. So, we're good either way with them. If we want to have both out there at the same time, we can do that too. I'm really proud of how they've been playing.
I know you talked about going into the season just your confidence, but now that it's actually happening on the floor, how would you describe the feeling?
It feels really good. I've pictured these moments in my head, all throughout last year and in the off season. So, now that it's here, it feels really good that all that hard work paid off.
Pryce, with Drew talked to us in media day. He said that his 3-point percentage last year just wasn't good enough, and he was confident that he was going to be able to push it back. From what you saw tonight, is that sort of how he's been shooting the ball in practice?
Yeah, absolutely. Every time he shoots it, I think it's going in practice too. So, he's a really good 3-point shooter. Obviously, his 3-point percentage last year didn't reflect how good of a shooter he actually is. So, him showing that now it's good.
I always had a lot of good wings, and when they were recruiting, was there any? Besides your brother, maybe was there any that they kind of showed you or anything?
I think it was Wieskamp. That was a little bit ago, so I'm trying to remember, but it was more Wieskamp, slasher, but really good shooter as well. I think they showed me a lot of his highlights. So.
Last question.
Yeah, Fran, when he recruits brothers, he always tries to make sure that, hey, you're separate, you're not connected. Your brother, you're a separate player. Was that important to you going through that process, knowing just with Peyton being here and you guys do play somewhat similar, but it seemed like Fran does a good job of prioritizing you and making sure that it's you and not.
Yeah, he definitely made that a point. We have a lot of similarities, like you said, but also our differences, and he was sure to point that out in the recruitment process. So, yeah.